There we go. All right, everybody. I'm so excited for our featured Fem today at Canada Virtual FemCity. Parrish is going to talk to us about how to write yourself out of a bad mood. We're going to learn some simple tools and tricks to support your emotional well-being through writing, even if you don't consider yourself a writer. A little bit about Parrish Wilson. As a writing therapist and coach, she brings together over 20 years of experience working and writing in the field of mental health. She holds a master's in counseling and spirituality and a graduate certificate in creative writing. In her work with individuals and groups, Parrish crafts cathartic writing experiences leading to deep personal transformation. Can't wait to hear what you're teaching us today.
Thank you. All right, we'll get my screen up here. And does everybody see now the screen? Write yourself out of a bad mood. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do a little bit of teaching, and then we're going to do a little bit of writing. There's no way I can do a group and not get you to write a bit. So what you are welcome to do for that then is just open up a blank document on your computer, or you can write by hand on a piece of paper with a pen. So just get yourself ready for that. We'll do that in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a little smaller here. All right. So you just heard a bit about me from Shoshana, and here is some of that displayed again. I've been helping women write since 2013, both through workshops and individual writing support. And then it was in 2000 that I went back and got my master's in counseling and spirituality. So I've now tied my work together to focus on therapeutic writing and writing therapy, which was the focus of my master's research, treating trauma through autobiographical writing. So what I'm going to teach you today digs in a little bit to that. So here we go. Expressive writing. So this is one of the really key types of writing within therapeutic writing. It was developed by James Pennebaker way back in the 80s. And he found that writing both the facts and our thoughts and feelings about a difficult event leads to the release of both emotional and physical tension. So that's where we start to see this link of like, we hold emotional tension in our body, and writing actually gives us an opportunity to release it, not just from our thoughts and feelings, but from our body itself. He did find, and this is something that you have to be thoughtful of when you choose to engage this type of writing, that it can make you feel worse first because you're digging into all that stuff, right? So you have to have the capacity to sort of tolerate maybe having a bit of a yucky feeling first before that transitions into that sort of relief experience. You can also do some like sort of ritual release where you write something on a piece of paper that you want to let go of or feel like it doesn't burden you so much. Take a bit of time to give it a little bit of detail and some meaning, maybe even writing it in the form of a letter. And then you can choose how you want to destroy that. You can destroy that through burning or through tearing and releasing it into water. Both of those practices give you this opportunity to practice a physical and even a spiritual letting go of that, that ache or that pain. And then the third way that you can use writing to write yourself out of a bad mood, and this is where we are going to play today, is in the sort of solutions and strengths focus. So this is a nice way to do sort of a quick pick-me-up, and it takes less emotional energy, where some of those two other practices both take, you need to spend some time kind of in the yuckiness to make them work. Whereas with this practice, it's really quite light and helpful, so you don't have to kind of do that deeper work to get the positivity. And it can also be helpful to do this type of writing after you do some of that more challenging emotional writing. So now we will write. Just before you bring your document forward, I'm going to show you how you're going to set this prompt up on your page. So you'll see here now on the screen, the prompt I am is there, and it gets repeated down the page so that you keep finishing that same sentence. And you finish it how you feel pulled to finish it. You could say, I am a mother, or I am writing a book. Both those would be true for me. Or I am a little hot right now. You can say whatever is true for you in that moment. So we're going to do a few prompts that way, but I want you to keep setting them up on your page like I have those I ams set up. So here we go. Bring your page up. You don't have to see the screen and my presentation anymore. You just need to see your page. And we're starting with that prompt. I am. You're going to repeat that down the page, finishing the sentence, and I give you 30 seconds. I am. And finishing up that thought, the next prompt is I want. I want. You can wrap up your thought there. The next prompt is today I can. Today I can. Finishing up your thought there. The last prompt is going back to the first one again. I am. I am. Okay. And finishing up your thought there. So that is the quickest I've ever done that series. I usually give a minute for each one, and you each got just a little bit more than 30 seconds. So you may wish to dig into those again. You can also add an I need in there is another really good prompt if you go from the I want to the I need. These are just really simple ways to get sort of in touch with where you are in that moment in time and really what you can do to move yourself forward, right? We need to move some of that energy in our body, and a little bit of journaling and writing can do that. So, I just have a couple minutes left. How do you write with me? There's a few different ways to write with me. I do have a writer's membership where we just gather on Zoom and we write quietly together. I don't facilitate anything. It's just for accountability and community. And I have Right to Heal one-on-ones, which is more in-depth work with somebody who has a specific traumatic story or difficult story that they want to work together to write and release. That's very much a combination of talk therapy and writing therapy. And then I offer writing workshops, and you guys just went through a little mini one. So I offer those through my own business, but I also provide those to organizations and teams that want to do some employee work around well-being, sense of fulfillment and purpose as well. So thank you so much for giving me this 10 minutes of time. I'm really grateful for it. And I have, I'd love to have you in my Facebook group, and to do a coffee chat if you are up for that. And I'll paste that stuff in the chat again. So I think now I stop my share and we can open up for questions. Is that what happens now?
Yeah, we open up for questions. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I really got into all of those prompts, and it was interesting to see when we came back to I am how it had changed based on the things that I had written through it. And I see head shaking. It like there was growth through it, which was really interesting. So thank you for that experience. Yeah, Mimi, let's put a few minutes on the clock. And are there any questions or any feedback or any aha moments that anybody wants to share based on?
When you say a few, how many is a few to you?
Let's do four. Let's do four. Few plus one. Any questions? Any comments? Any feedback?
I would just love to, yeah, it was so, I love simple and effective. I think it's it's wonderful, Parish. I think this is helpful in so many ways. And I posted in the comment that if you have a pre-recording of this presentation, I'm happy to share it with my Facebook group and email, because I think a lot of people could benefit from even just something as simple as this. I don't want to say simple, it's effective and it's deep, but thank you.
Yeah, awesome. I do have it, I do have a half-hour workshop that includes those prompts. That's like an opt-in. And then I also have, so on my Instagram, if you follow me Instagram, from time to time, I don't do this very regularly or not regularly enough. I do little reels with prompts there that are just kind of one or two that are also, again, very simple. And in the Facebook writing group, I do a short one like this every Friday. I try to get something up there every Friday. Yeah, Laura?
Yeah, just a quick question. Parish, is it more effective to write by hand, or is it equally as effective to just type when you're
Yeah,
doing
so
one like that?
that's a huge debate. And I would say that in a big way, that's actually a generational thing. So if you grew up really always handwriting, that's how you're going to experience that release most easily. For me, I've always typed. I've been typing since I was a kid. So I almost always type my stuff. It's very rare that I will handwrite. So it's just really about your comfort level, because you just need to feel sort of grounded and like in your body and content to have that therapeutic experience. And I do with my clients, and in the Write With Me membership, I do a quick little writing practice to start the workshop off to help people get a bit more grounded and into their bodies, so their writing is closer to that flow state.
Really good question. Anyone else? Okay,
I don't have a question, Parish, but I'm really, really big on affirmations. I believe it's, what's helped get me to where I am today. And I actually think this has been super valuable. I think this is something that I'm going to read to myself on a daily basis, quite frankly. It gives such huge perspective, and it was just a couple minutes. I can only imagine what a workshop is. I'm so intrigued. So thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Hope. Yeah, I find it's just really powerful. And when I do the workshop series, they're often led to, like, sometimes the prompts are just led intuitively based on what's going on, right? And like I have a couple of prompts planned, but then people write and they share, and people connect to something. It's like, okay, great, and we go that direction, and it ends up feeling like a very magical experience. I think I'll be running another workshop series in the fall. So I'll make sure people know about that when that comes up.
Amazing. Definitely let us know. And you could put something like that into the Canada Virtual Facebook group as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Good.
Yay.
Right. Any other questions or comments? Thank you so much for being our featured femme.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Thank you for having me.